All right, bingo, bango, bongo. Welcome back to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports for Dummies. My name is Josh, joined by a fellow co-host, Dummy John. How you doing?
Good, Joshy. This is a bit different today.
It's a very different setup we've got going on. We've got a few different things, and we're actually shooting in the daytime, so we're not being night owls like we were last time. So a bit of that.
This is our first in the new setup, and it's actually the second time filming because the first time we've moved our studio a whole 5 meters and flipped everything around. But we actually did a 40-minute episode last night, and someone didn't press record. So probably the greatest material that was ever uttered in the stratosphere.
Yeah, I agree.
Ever. Like, we would have been millionaires after that and ruined the careers.
That's
Such
why we
is
have our
life.
day jobs, Johnny. Johnny was wearing his helmet,
They're earmuffs.
headphones, earmuffs, helmet. We got to headphones. We finally got there. He was wearing it. You know how you have like your hat on, you have it on the front. He was kind of rocking it like it was back. He just got the style. So anyway, guys, we're going to jump in. We have we reviewed all of last night's games, and I reckon there was about 10 absolute crackers, but we're going to jump straight into what is currently going on right now. So just bear with us, guys. We had, I think you can see here, I think I put it up on the screen. We had the Mavs and the Lakers. What a game, Johnny. That was a bloody good one.
Fantastic. And all the stars. Well, Kyrie didn't play, of course.
All the stars didn't play other than Kyrie, mate.
He's not a star.
All these young bloods.
He's not a star.
I wish you played against Kyrie on
well, that's like saying anyone. Where is he? Where is he?
He's just
all these young bloods. He's going onto the streets. He's taking on with being an old man.
Well, Luka had a massive game, 35 and 12. Just had a kid as well. Congratulations. All the Lakers players were, and this was what
hold up. Hardaway Jr.
was good.
32 points.
Very good.
Off the bench.
Yeah. They look better without Kyrie. They
did, which is
they made
surprising.
a conference final, recruited Kyrie. They missed the play-in. Not even the playoffs. They lost the play-in.
Now, can we just say, Lakers last, is it 8 games now? They've won their 7-1, but they're playing good.
Yeah, but hang on. They're back to reality, though. What's their record in the regular season?
Probably shit all.
Exactly. Another loss.
Well,
They're back to what about all the...
Let me do the math. They won 7 in a row. So realistically, now they're 14 and 10 take off. So, yeah, they're not doing that good.
They're back to reality. They want a playing thing. Then they come to the real season.
And just on that, what did you see yesterday? That was a big thing. Remember that Adam Silver? That's old mate, isn't it?
I'm surprised they're not going to implement it after this round. After this game, the Lakers losing. I'm surprised they don't actually implement it now. So I was tagged.
They literally.
I was tagged in something. Now we don't know if it's true. That for future in-season tournament winners, they're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
So just
we had this discussion yesterday in our 40-minute podcast at length, up until we realized that we weren't shooting anything, and we just think that 7 games shouldn't and we talked about it. You got the play-ins, and you have the playoffs to guarantee them a spot in the playoffs. It's just ridiculous.
Imagine if you're the last team and you just get hot for whatever, and that's what an in-season tournament can provide, a little bit of extra fun, sure. Then they get to go to the playoffs, and they win 20 games for the year.
But it's unfair.
Embarrassing. Just respect the regular season.
Well, I think if you got into the playoffs, why would you keep playing?
Yeah.
You would actually rather tank. Would you not?
Especially if you're a horrible side.
Would you not? Like if I was anyone,
I'd like to see what the rule is. Does your ladder position still count? As in, like, if you win the in-season tournament and then you finish first, well, you're not going to finish 8th.
Yeah, I get there was no logistics behind it.
But what? So what? If a side wins 7 games and a team, does all they can to finish like 8th or 9th or whatever it is, they just get booted out, even though they're 15 games better.
I think it's ridiculous.
Pull your head in. This is the spoiled
Well,
brat
I
era.
guess if that happens, they would take out. But then that's unfair for the conference that team's in, right?
It's just
Like
it's
you'd be
interesting.
automatically saying that 9 teams are only getting in.
It's just it's effectively all that work that you're doing could be for nothing.
Could be for bugger all.
Absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
it's absolutely
But
ridiculous.
the Lakers, their big three were really good. But again, I think LeBron played 38 minutes.
Now, can we just say the obvious? So we're just there are 2 games currently playing. The reason we're not doing the review after this is because we're actually going on the T20 cricket. So it's going to be a bit of fun. Clippers are up 70-48 to the Kings. Now, Johnny, Clippers are 7-3 over the last.
Sure.
I'm not going to bring it up. It's only half time.
Give him
Anyway, then you got the Suns and the Warriors. They're almost done in the third.
Bradley Beal's first game. No KD. But they're doing it. Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
But
And then
another
we
star,
had,
right?
obviously, we had the Celtics and the Cavs. It was 120-113, so no real shock there.
The Celtics, they've got the East.
They
just
have
sewn up.
100% got that sewn up. Then you had the Bulls and the Nuggets, and they got up, as you can see there, guys, 114-106. So fairly good sort of games today. One thing that you pointed out, which was really, really interesting yesterday, was how if we'll go through the table standings quickly, guys. I'm just going to bring that up. It was an interesting thing that I kind of learnt yesterday was if a team is equal,
Mm-hmm.
how does that get equal at the end of the year?
So let's
How do
say
they?
so in like AFL footy, like Australian rules footy, there's percentage. So that goes on points for, points against, and they work out your percentage.
Yep.
Basketball, they don't do that. It's based on. So let's say there are 2 teams that are deadlocked on the amount of wins.
Yep.
How they do it is, let's say those teams played, for the example, 3 times.
Yep.
The winner of the majority of those games finishes higher.
Okay. Yeah, so that's very
Gives it a
interesting.
little, I guess, a little nugget.
Yeah, like you want to
when
up
you
the team.
when you have mini series within the regular season.
It is cool in a way because AFL, Australian football, it's just percentage.
Which I don't mind either.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's like if you've played the best, you've scored the most points, and you had the least points scored against you, you're going to be the team that's going to go higher than the other. So it does make a lot of sense, and I do think that it's relatively fair. Guys, we're going to jump into the Eastern Conference. We've got we're gonna talk briefly about who we think the most informed sort of team is at the moment. So obviously you've got the Celtics number 1. Now
I think they're the money team. As I said it a few weeks ago, if they don't win this year, it's another failure from them. Whether or not you think they're the favourites or not, for them, for the amount of the finals loss,
we don't
that
even
they
need to
had,
go through the rest of the teams. You
If they
reckon
don't win it
Celtics?
this year, it is a failure in their eyes.
Okay. So I personally think, look, obviously you're going to see the Heat there. You're probably going to see the Bucks. No surprise, you're going to have the 76ers as well. But yeah, I comfortably think that the Celtics should get up. I think the halfway point of this year, they're going to be absolutely just flying ahead of teams. The Magic are a big surprise.
What a surprise!
For me.
No one had that.
No one had that at all. But yeah, it is a big surprise. It doesn't. I'm shocked, to be honest.
I want to see how the Pacers go as well after their in-season tournament final. They showed, when the pressure's on, they weren't kind of up to it, but this could be the thing that gets them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now we're going to jump into the Western Conference, and surely Timberwolves are just humming along, to be honest, and it's a lot more depth. You look at the East, you've probably got 3 teams you consider there, and one of them's the Heat at 7, and then you got the Bucks, 76ers, probably 4, but the Celtics are just blowing it out. So here you've got Timberwolves, Thunder, Mavs, Nuggets, Kings, Lakers. Lakers in season, if they just make it to the playoffs, they're going to...
Very disappointed in the Lakers in terms of... I think they found and this could change in the playoffs, obviously. They've got that, they can go to another level. But how they attack the paint. But again, they just come to the regular season, it's just, I don't know, because all their stars played well.
Yeah. I just realized I was sitting like an absolute slob. I don't know if you noticed that. But no, I do.
Paying too much attention.
I do agree. They've definitely got a roster that, I mean, I just think that they'll make it, and I think they'll go deep into the playoffs. They won't go that far. After them. Look, I do see the value in the in-season tournament. It's funny. I didn't believe in it at all, but it was really good, and we talked about it yesterday for the Pacers. Pacers are back to reality, but they got a good lesson out of the in-season tournament, something that they probably wouldn't have gotten at this current stage in the season. So it's a really good thing in that they're going to get some pressure situation. They didn't win, but they were close to winning. Halliburton's been damn good. I mean, we're going to bring up the stats and the season leaders in literally a second. But to look at where we're at across the conference, in my opinion, the team that is unbeatable in the West, and my team that I think will be their halfway point, will be number one, will be the Nuggets. They got Murray back.
Everyone was writing them off and saying, was Joker that good? Well, he just had to hold firm. I said that a couple of weeks ago. Jamal's back now.
Yeah.
So the Wolves and the Thunder, who are awesome, the Thunder have been amazing.
Who's going to be at the top halfway through? Can you make that prediction?
Oh, the Nuggets are so much better than those two.
Okay.
I think there's a clear difference between them, and it's sad to see for those two because they're gonna be right there. I think they're very deep. At the best, the Nuggets could sweep both of them.
Very true. They're just missed. I say it time and time again. I don't like the Joker, but he's so fucking. He's
better than everyone.
Consistent.
He's fucking better than anyone else.
Oh, Johnny! I didn't have it ready, mate. Go. 3, 2, 1. No, okay, we're going to stop that. John's lost his sense of humor. Anyway, guys, that's we're going to run into one more topic. We saw a pretty cool poster from the rookie who's playing the last 7 games. Yesterday he had 18 rebounds. I love how his rebounds are the highest. 18 boards and 15 points. Victor Wemby is
5
playing
blocks as well.
The last 7 games, he's scoring some serious numbers. I think he's doing.
He just overtook Chet in every statistical category now. So it'll be fascinating for Rookie of the Year how they do it because Wemby has him on statistical categories, except for field goal percentage. But obviously, Thunder are second, and the Spurs and what's weird about them, they're worse than last year. Now, no one says he has to win a championship, but all the greats got their sides up. The Spurs are halfway. So the biggest losing streak of all time is 28. They've got 17. Imagine if he is part of that history this guy's had more fanfare since LeBron James, and he beats that record. He can't win the rookie of the year.
So I agree. I think if Chet's going to be up there and they get in the playoffs and they're playing well, which they look like they're going to do, the Spurs aren't. You can't win the rookie of the year being in the last team. Yep. So we're going to jump into here. We have his absolute ripper dunk. He did an absolute cracker in our opinion. So just give this a quick little watch. It was an absolute great poster.
Halfway through the third quarter. Victor rolling to the bucket. Authority over Sengun. Count the basket and the foul.
Oh, Dan, somebody needs a body bag. That was terrible. And we love it. We want some more of that one. Victor, and this is what I'm talking about. He's got 2 feet underneath him instead of leaving off one. He can get a lot.
That was massive.
That was very, very big.
It was huge.
Like
he's a beast. He's exciting times.
It is
to
very
see where
exciting.
they need a point guard.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They definitely need something. So, what we're going to jump into next, guys, we had the season leaders. We're going to just run through pretty much points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, and really not going to go into field goal percentage because that I feel like is a bit irrelevant and unfair if you've only played like 10 games compared to, or if you've only thrown up 5 shots and just nailed them all.
Shots and
you've nailed them all. So What we've got, you've got points per game. Leading the season is old mate MVP from last year, Joel Embiid, at 33.4 points a game. So
We won it last year. Just keep going.
keep going, keep pushing.
He's having a sensational year.
Yeah, no surprise there. Then you have on boards, on the rebounds, you got Joker and, well, AD's arguably equal second or equal first, 12.6.
It's an interesting one of AD. That just shows how good his best is compared to the worst. So AD, obviously, in the in-season tournament was awesome. The final, he had 40 and 20.
Yeah.
When he's gone against the big centers, Sabonis, Joker, and B, like, he gets destroyed. So the difference, the rest of the comp, he's so much better than everyone else. But against the top guys, he gets beaten. But so for him to be first,
He's equal first.
it's a very interesting.
Now we've got old mate Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton.
Great. He's
And
having a great
for the
year.
assists, he's leading by, he's on 12.3 and he's leading by a substantial figure. Now, it's funny to see that the Joker's in third position.
He's an absolute beast.
So he's absolute beast. Then we've got blocks per game. Now we've got Brook Lopez on top with 2.8, but it's actually an equal first because you got Victor Wemby, who's 7'10".
You got two rim protectors.
What would you do with that height? Like if
You play basketball. You play basketball.
Come on, give me something
If I
else.
was
Like, if you were
7'4",
7'4",
I would be king of the world, or I'd play NBA.
King of the Castle, I have a chair.
Absolutely. What else would you do? You'd play basketball.
Yeah.
You're too fucking freakishly tall to do anything else.
What if you weren't coordinated?
That would suck.
Like, what if you walked around, everyone was like, you must play basketball.
You
I don't
must
know if
be
you see,
awesome. You must be really good at sports.
but does anyone walk around and you see those really tall people, and I feel like you make the automatic assumption, this guy plays basketball.
How many there's a lot of 7-footers who have played in the NBA that were uncoordinated and only got gigs because of their height.
Well, yeah, if you're tall and you have a bit of muscle about you, you go in the paint. Well, how hard is it to just jump up like 2 centimeters and put it into the hoop? So I don't find that that's going to be that hard, in my opinion. But that, that pretty much wraps it up. We're going to jump into tomorrow's games. Oh, I can see the Clippers going up. It's always good to see. We've actually got, what have we got here? We've got 9 games. Got the Wizards, Pelicans, Pistons, 76ers, Raptors, Hawks, Heat, Hornets, Spurs, Lakers, Bucks, Pacers. That'll be a good game.
Pacers beat them last time.
Rockets, Grizzlies, Jazz, Knicks, Suns, Nets.
Pretty,
Actually sounds like a pretty good.
it's an average.
It's an average. Look, the only one is the Bucks and the Pacers.
Bucks and the Pacers, and I'd like to see Wemby versus LeBron.
Now, I want to know, anyone who is watching, because we've only got like one viewer, so it's fine. But anyone who's seriously watching, can you drop who you go for in the NBA? Because we want to start like throwing some heat out there. We want to know who you actually follow. So we're kind of at the point where we want to bring good content. We want to have good debates, and want to make this a bit of fun.
We're just going to talk about Fat Harden for the rest of the series. Don't worry about it.
Fat Harden, I feel like it's coming up.
He's doing what he normally does. Oh my goodness.
He's not even doing what he normally does. He doesn't play that shit in the regular season. Normally.
What? Just move on.
Has he played that bad every year?
He's never been this bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's playing like shit.
but
So
he gets
maybe he'll
he's
flip it
getting
in
worse.
the playoffs.
No.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I reckon he's just getting ready. He's building. Because at the moment, we've only been building. We're 7-3. We're about to be 8-3 over the last 11. We are consistently building. And we don't do this often. Russell's taken a back seat, which is quite sad to see. But I genuinely believe that we'll come halfway. We'll be about 5th or 6th. And Harden will be finding his stride. And then he'll be ready for playoffs. And he won't be fat anymore. He's listening to Andrew Tate. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Anyway.
All right, guys. We've thank you for tuning in. This was a different episode, but this is how it's going to be next time. I'm just going to have to stop it there with the debacle of what Josh just said. But please like
John
and
had nothing to add
subscribe
there.
and ring the bell.
See you the next one,
notification.
guys. Thank you.
See you guys.
Hopefully this one recorded.